It's a spinning fan. Fan, 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 fan. Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. Just did a video recently, and well, today. And well, let's talk about another topic of interest. And this time, it is another Lego thing. Well, because that's what my channel is supposed to be focused around, is Lego and Bionicle related content. So yeah. So, what are we talking about today? Well, kind of want to talk about the state of Lego sets in terms of, well, construction-esque builds. Specifically SCCBS. And, well, ever since the demise of CCBS, Character Creature Building System, it's a fun system to work with. I don't see why people have to bitch and complain about it. Seriously. Grow a pair and wake the fuck up. It's a good system. It's fun to play around with sometimes. You experiment and enjoy these builds and move the fuck on. Seriously. It's not bad. Hero Factory parts. It's not just attributed to Hero Factory, you fuckers. God. Damn it. Anyway. This is what I have to say to those folks. So, CCBS, while it was a fun system to work with, it had its problems, don't get me wrong. It was a little simple, but you can make complex builds out of CCBS, and trust me, I've tried. And it's not easy, but it's possible. Is it possible for everyone? Probably not. Is it possible for, well, it probably won't be possible for folks who have very little patience and just generally don't accept CCBS as a viable building system. Well, those people are wrong. Seriously. Now, in terms of SCCBS, the rise of SCCBS, it's a system character creature building system. That's two systems. What the fuck? Double system. Anyway. So, SCCBS, basically you have system builds with the little toe ball joints, you know, the Mixels joints. I hate the Mixels. They were horrible pieces of shit. Check out my rant video on that. It's in the rants playlist. Watch the other rants if you will. So, SCCBS, and I've seen these builds. I've seen builds that, well, obviously Lego designers have come up with, what, with these little tiny mechs for the minifigs of the superhero variety. And I have the Wolverine one, and it's pretty alright. Pretty cool. But those are mainly geared towards kids who want mechs for their minifigs, and while that's fine and dandy, it's just not for everyone. So, it's not for me, but hey, I guess I like more challenging builds in a way. That's not really challenging at all. But these builds are interesting. There's some decent designs here and there, like that Wolverine mech had some pretty interesting design choices. The feet were probably one stud wider than they should be, but hey, it works. In terms of the other SCCBS builds, there are, besides the little mech things, there are also like vehicles that have SCCBS related parts, like the toe ball joints. I have a Speed Champions vehicle that uses the toe ball joints to get a certain design aspect into the build, to pull off a certain look or aesthetic or whatever, and it's pretty interesting. You can use SCCBS in any way you fancy, I guess. There's definitely a challenge when designing limbs or whatnot. You gotta be careful, like with what parts fit the best and what aesthetic fits the best for that specific aesthetic you're going for. There are limitations to SCCBS, but detailed builds with SCCBS can be done, and it should be done, and you should try it. Therefore, SCCBS can be the future of Lego action figure builds, and it already is. Take a look at the action figures that they are built, like the Wolverine figure from last year. That was pretty cool. There was problems with that one, but hey. There was a Green Goblin one that was released recently. It was a villain, but that one had problems too. It looked a little too big for the glider thing that he was on. Glider thing didn't look like it was big enough, but whatever. SCCBS could also be used for the creator lines, not creator as in the band Creator. What to say about that? I mean the creator sub-theme or theme, whatever, where you have vehicles or animals and whatnot. You can build animals with SCCBS, with the system and the toe ball joints, and it's pretty cool. One that I did a video about talking about is the tiger, the majestic tiger with the anus. And yeah, go watch my video on that. That video was fun. It was hilarious, but yeah, I think we all went a little overboard discussing the tiger with the anus. What a time we're living in. Anyway, but yeah, you can make creatures, you can make animals, you can make pretty much whatever you think you can make out of SCCBS. The joints will be exposed, obviously, because you have to have that in order for posability. You can build a xenomorph out of Lego parts and use SCCBS to, get the posability right. It's possible. It can be done, and I implore you to try to make a xenomorph, because Alien Romulus is out now, I think, and, well, maybe some folks would be so inclined to try to make a xenomorph out of SCCBS. Or even the Predator, the Yot-Yas Predator character thing from Alien vs. Predator or whatever. So, I always wanted to see a Lego Alien vs. Predator 2 action figure set, but with you have the Xenomorph and the Yot-Yas. That would be pretty fucking cool. I mean, seriously. But I don't think Lego's going to do that because violence, because those movies have gore and whatnot. So they're not going to roll with that. But they'll still roll with Star Wars because the problem with Star Wars is that there's dismemberments because lightsabers. Irony? I think not. Actually, it is irony and hypocrisy. Alien vs. Predator would be cool to see in a SCCBS form. I mean, people have tried it with construction, and it's a pretty decent models. But I want to see how Lego would tackle the Xenomorph. Might get them some more fans, may get them some extra money out of the deal, but you never know. So, SCCBS could also be used for buildings. Like, you could take the toe ball joint plate things. Yeah, you could get certain angles and whatnot with the ball joints, like 2 ball joints on one plane of existence or whatever, and just do your best to get the best angle, that specific angle you want on like a roof, or like 2 segments of a building, like one is leaning over and about to like completely break off. You could do that. You could definitely do that with SCCBS because it's possible. You should try it. You could probably even try to make anime characters out of Lego SCCBS. And you know what? There's still CCBS bootleg stuff that's been out in recent memory, and that's pretty cool. So, you know, CCBS is still a viable building system, even if Lego doesn't use it anymore, because, yeah. But SCCBS does have its problems, but it also is, like, it has its limitations, sure. But it is still a building system that we should embrace, because it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's not going to fall apart anytime soon. Lego is going to stick to the SCCBS system or systems for a while now. Now, with the big construction figures, they do have ratchet joints. So, it's not entirely SCCBS. The ratchet joints are, well, a callback to Knight's Kingdom and some other Technic-related builds from all those years ago. Even Makuta from 2003 had ratchet joints for his hips, you know. Also the Super Battle Droid, which I remember having. That was a rare color scheme, I think. That had ratchet joints, which was fine. That's another thing I wish would have been redone in CCBS, was the Super Battle Droid thing from Attack of the Clones. That would have been cool, but didn't happen. I'm sure someone can get it to happen with bootleg parts and whatnot, but SCCBS is definitely an interesting building system. I definitely will be experimenting with it in when I have the parts available, and of course when I have a plentiful amount of the parts. So I do encourage y'all to try and build something awesome with SCCBS. You could make a Gundam mech, big tall Gundam mech with SCCBS, with either the small dual ball joints or the normal size ball joints, because Lego still uses those as well as sockets. But that's still pretty cool, obviously. But yeah, you can make all kinds of mech-related things, mecha things, like the mecha suit things from Neon Genesis Evangelion. That would be pretty cool. As well as what else? There's a lot of mecha related stuff, and I'm sure y'all know more about it than I do. But yeah, hell, you could make an Exo Toa. You could turn the original Exo Toa, cast that aside for a little bit, and try to replicate it with SCCBS. It's possible. It can be done. You should try it. I might try it soon. But we'll see. I just don't have enough parts. With the gift with purchase, when that came out, the fandom just exploded. People were talking about it for an entire year. And, well, it's left some of us burnt out a little bit, which is why TTV, I already talked about that in our earlier video, but yeah, so the gift with purchase was definitely a step in the right direction, but, I mean, set-wise. But it would have been better if that was an actual set that was sold separately, that you didn't have to pay $100 in order to get for free. I mean, seriously. All I got was city sets. I didn't want any of the other crap. So, it would be nice if they offered some Technic vehicles. Yeah, buy a $100 Technic vehicle or two, and then you get the gift with purchase, which probably would have been better for me. But I got city sets, and I might actually talk about those sets at some point. I might review them. But yeah, SCCBS is definitely a fun system, but it's just not as fun as Construction, and that's what everybody is probably bitching about, is SCCBS just not being as good as Construction. It can be as good as Construction, but in its own separate, unique way. You just gotta give it a chance, you know? Give it multiple chances. You might find something desirable about it. Give it a shot. You might like something that you build with it. Who knows? So there's so much you can build with Lego system parts, and when the SCCBS system is put into the fold, you could build just so much cool stuff with it. You can build all kinds of interesting mecha related things, mechs, monsters, tentacle hentai monsters, I don't know. All kinds of stuff can be built with SCCBS, and it should. In theory, it works. On paper, it seems to work. But in practice, well, there's still a lot of experimentation to be done, you know? So just experiment away and have fun with it. That's all that really matters, is have fun with your builds and enjoy it. That's all I can really say. And if you still don't enjoy SCCBS, well, here's what you should do. Yeah, because SCCBS is here to stay. They might piss some of you off, but just think about it. Lego is deeply rooted in the brick systems. What with the minifigs, with the different bricks and tiles and everything. And there's so much more than just that. And they're going to stick with that forever, it seems. And adding in the toe ball joints, the Mixels joints, the SCCBS system that we're currently, you know, going through. It definitely adds a new level of creativity. You can get really creative with your builds using SCCBS, and again, just have fun with it. I know there are some purists out there who only stick with Construction, and I don't know. I can understand. I'm one of those to some extent, but not entirely. I like SCCBS. I think it's a usable system. It's definitely something worth, you know, screwing around with, and you know, testing the waters and see what comes out of the creation I'm building. But the problem is that even SCCBS has its limits. CCBS had its limits, but the problem with that is that its full potential was never realized. I felt like they tried that with General Grievous and the 2 Darth Vaders that we got, and even Witch Doctor. Even in 2011, Witch Doctor was released from Hero Factory, of course, and still, CCBS was never its potential was never fully realized. That is where we come in, the mockists, the fans. We make the potential for CCBS, and that's what we should do with SCCBS as well. We make its potential. We should strive to do this, and do it effectively and efficiently. I think it's worth trying. But the thing with that is, you don't try, you do. So, go build. Have fun building, and come back and let me know what you built. Post in the comment section below. Link me to Brick Shelf or whatever, wherever you post your mocks, and well, let's get this whole thing going. So, and with that being 20 minutes of yapping. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.